Good evening. Ira Epstein of Linn & Associates with your metal market wrap-up for this Monday, the 16th of August, 2021. Can you believe we're going to be in September in just 2.5 weeks? It's hard to believe. But in any case, it was a good summer. Today was a terrible day for me. If you didn't get a morning update, and you didn't if you were watching on YouTube, nothing but computer issues for me all day long. A lot of them are now fixed. They're not completely fixed. Don't know why that sometimes happens. In any case, we'll get to the metals, and you're going to see that the market's now rallied in silver up to where I think resistance begins, and that's the interesting area. I think you got down low enough in stock indices to hit the lower Bollinger Bands, find support, and we got up high enough in the S&P and the Dow to run into the first levels of resistance. But this is about metals. And as you can see, gold is still underneath the 18-week moving average of closes. What does that mean for the market? It means it's in what? A down bias. When we take a look at the December daily gold chart, you've had a heck of a rally. These were the breaks back here off of the August 6th jobs data number. Now, tomorrow we get a town hall meeting with Fed Chair Powell. It starts early afternoon. You probably want to watch that. I'm sure the market's going to be all ears on that as to what's going on. I said the market was interesting. You had a market that went right through here. You have an outside day to the upside. If you get an outside day up and you take out that low, my rule of thumb is the market normally drops to a key number. I'll show you that number in a minute, and since then it has bounced. In terms of moving averages, the first resistance, and that's where you're at, is the 18-day average, 1789.70. I do think the pros are selling into that. I think they'll sell into the 100, and if they get up to the 200, I think they'll sell it there. They're going to test the metal of this, because for this market to just keep running up after all this, I have my doubts about that. I think the market's going to have bigger problems. If it fails here, I'm not saying it has to go to the lower Bollinger Band, nor am I saying it's in a trend. You have a higher high, a lower low, a mess of a chart. When I look at the slow stochastics, you hit the slow stochastic back here. So the reality is when you got through this day's low, you went right to it. Not on, I don't think it was that day. I think it was the day right after that it did it, because I was looking at it. I'm right. Not there. The very next day, when the market hits 1763.10, that is where the objective was. The market certainly collapsed after that, but it has rallied back in dramatic fashion as well. And the market is looking at what? The momentum in the market at this point's got up, no trend at resistance. The gold-silver ratio still favors the gold market. That's where you're at. When you're over that 18-day moving average of closes, you would expect gold to gain on the silver, and basically it has. Silver's the weaker sister. It's been coming back up. The trend is up, but it hasn't been able to get up to the 18-day average. So this is a contra-trend rally in a market that has downside bias and is correcting an oversold condition. To say more about it, I can't. Copper, as we came back up last week, I said I expected resistance between the 100-day and the 18-day average. It's exactly what occurred, and you got thrown back. If the market clears this 441.90, then I'm going to get excited about the market again to the upside. What about to the downside? Nothing. If it falls, I look for the Bollinger Band, but you're not in a trend. In the platinum market, to reverse the downtrend, and you look at that, you have to get over 1029.20 and close over the 18-day average. The trend is still down. Do I think the pros will defend their position? They could at the 18 at 1028.80, but I think if you get to 1029.30, they'll bail on the trade. In the palladium market, this was the cover my short area again. You did it very close there, got back to the 18-day average, first challenge of the lower Bollinger Band in a market that is oversold. That's where I think the pros come out. In the dollar index, all you did is you didn't quite make it to the upper band. We were talking about that last week. And if you broke back, we were looking for support right here. But if you buy the market there, your stop has to be all the way under this low. It's too big of a dollar risk. Now, let me tell you another thing that could happen here. When you have an inside day pattern, should this market take out tomorrow 92.47 and close under 92.54, you'd have an all-out sell signal again. Lower highs, lower lows, and momentum already pushing down. So I look at the market as full of opportunity right here. I also look at markets that get a big rally on a Monday, like we had in stock indices, often trying to break back on a Tuesday, some of that. I talk about that and a lot more, whether you trade futures or ETFs first thing in the morning. And yes, I put out my subscriber videos this weekend for all my subscribers on the weekly charts on my paid areas in ETFs and futures, and they can see the longer term strategies. You didn't get to see that this weekend, but it is summer. I'll get more to that as we come into the September time frame. But I do take some time for myself, as you can imagine. I cover 40 ETFs and about 40 futures charts in each separate video. I give you the technical analysis, but you're going to get the reports of the day. So at 5:40, 5:30 in the morning, I'm telling you the reports coming out for the day in the futures, what the market is looking for, what's going on in Europe, where they're at. I cover all these markets, and then about 3 hours later, we roll as they open up the stock market. And we cover about 40 charts there with the reports now as they've come out, the reactions to them, and what to do. It's a heck of a way to get your day going. It's not expensive. All you need to do is go to our website under the word research. It's all explained there. You can always call my staff. They'll work with you. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.